Now, this is an overview on how to put stone on the outside of your walls. All this information is taken from a playlist on YouTube, and the link to that playlist will be in the description below. So generally, there's three types of stone that you can put on the outside of your wall. There's natural stone that you can just go get out of your own property. There's veneer stone, which is more of a processed stone. It still is stone, but it's been cut for you. It's all been processed. Then there's faux stone. Now, faux stone is not real stone. It's a type of polyurethane that has been condensed and it looks like stone. It's quite a bit more expensive and it looks okay, and it's basically just like tile, but it looks pretty and it's easy and it's light to put on. So when you're cutting your stone, you need to either use a chisel. Now they say use a masonry's chisel. I've used a normal chisel before and it worked. Or a diamond grinding blade. I've used that as well. So depending on the code, the building code in your area, you're going to have to lay at least 2 layers of a moisture-proof paper on your wall. And once you do that, you add on a metal lathe, which is just like a metal grate that you staple or nail onto your wall. And then you apply a 1/2 inch of grout or mortar, depending on where you live, onto your wall, and then you scratch it so it makes it look rougher. When it's rougher, it's easier to stick stone onto. Then you take your stone, you lay it out, you cut it all up into its perfect little pieces so you know exactly how you want to put it up. You can just randomly start putting stone in your wall as long as you start from the bottom and you cut them as you go, but if you do that, you end up having to cut a little bit more. Then you take your stone, you wet the back of it, and then you add another 1/2 inch of the mortar to the back of the stone, and then you put it on the wall. You kind of wiggle it on so the grout gets into every little spot. And once you have it all on and the mortar is somewhat dry, you scrape off the excess mortar that's inside the joints. And then you add a grout, which is the exact same composition as the mortar, in between the little joints. This is exactly how you would do tile. But you can actually add a dye to the grout to make it look nicer, or to make it go along with the rest of your cosmetics in your house. Then once the mortar is dry, you can take a brush, you can brush over all the little joints, and it just gives it a nice finish. If you're worried about deterioration, you can add a sealant onto it, and that does help. But that does add cost. I've never actually put a sealant on before, but I hear it helps. If you want a free copy of this PDF, in the description below, there's a link where you can enter your email and you can get a free copy of this. All the stuff can be purchased at Home Depot or Lowe's. That's where I bought all of my stuff. And in the description below, there'll also be a link to Home Depot. Have a great day, guys.